as we watch the season unfold, it seems clear they are. They're built different. The team's built different, and Penny Hardaway's different.
Yeah,
he's a different coach right now. There was a great Q&A Jeff Calkins did earlier in the week with Ed Scott, the athletic director over at Memphis. I would encourage any Tigers fan to go read it. I think if you do, you'll be encouraged that your athletic department is in good hands. Like, it was just impressive words. Ed Scott seems to be an impressive guy. And one of the things he said was that he's watching Penny grow and watching Penny want to be better. You know, it can be difficult later in life to change your ways and to acknowledge maybe you need to be different and take different approaches and conduct yourself in a different way. Personally, professionally, all of these things are challenges for folks. Most of us get to do it behind closed doors. Penny has a job that forces him to learn in a very public way. And it has not gone smoothly. We all know. But he's in a good place right now. And my favorite thing about this Memphis season is that rather than spend each press conference saying, "I told you so," because another coach, another human might be wired to do that right now. Penny was being criticized heavily heading into this season. I was among those who was critical. I thought the program had become too chaotic, too weird, too like, why are we dealing with investigations and firing all the assistant? What is going on? This is just too much. Can't we just recruit basketball teams and win games and like not always have this other nonsense going on? It's just exhausting. I wrote that column, and I'm telling you, I've written critical Memphis columns before. Sometimes Memphis fans don't want to hear it. Memphis fans co-signed that column. They largely agreed with it. Some of the biggest Memphis boosters text messaged me about that column and were like, this is the way I feel. It would be very easy for Penny right now to spend every press conference, or every radio show at least, throwing it back in everybody's face. Oh, there were people out there who wanted me gone. There were people out there who said it's blah, 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 blah. But now that might be what I would do. He's not really doing that. I appreciate that. I admire that. You know what he does when people talk about the criticism that he's faced in the past? You know what he does now? He used to push back. You know what he does now? He kind of says, I deserved it. I wasn't doing a great job. I needed to learn. It was harder than I thought. I know I needed to be better. I realized I needed to be different. He's acknowledging that the criticism was fair on some level. I'm not suggesting that he liked it, but he has sort of acknowledged, I got it. I get it. I get where people were coming from. I don't know that he'll ever say the words, yeah, I read Gary Parrish's column and I thought it was spot on. We don't have to take it there, but he's not walking around right now talking about I told you so the way other coaches might. He's walking around right now talking about this feels different because my players are different, but also because I'm different. He's grown up in this job. He's a different coach today than he was 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and he deserves all the credit for it. He is on his way to the NCAA tournament. He's on his way to, I think, advancing in the NCAA tournament. He's on his way to being the AAC Coach of the Year. Like that's worth something.
Yeah, man.
That goes on your Wikipedia page. You know,
yeah.
You go from being the guy people like to call the AAU coach. You can go from that to the AAC Coach of the Year. That's nice.
Yeah.
That means something.
It is.
And if you did a list long enough of national Coach of the Year candidates, he ain't gonna be at the top. He ain't gonna be second. He ain't gonna be third. But if you did a list of 10 people, he might be on that. This is good stuff, and I'm happy for him. This has been a remarkable season.
Yep.
And Penny deserves all of the good things that people are saying about him. He deserves the AAC Coach of the Year award if we were ending the season today. And he is a legitimate National Coach of the Year candidate. Is he going to ultimately beat Mark Pope and Bruce Pearl and TJ Otzelberger and John Shire for that award, or some combination of any number of different I doubt it, right? I don't know that he's going to be able to get there because, like I'm explaining to you, there's no more big wins to get. You're Memphis, and you can't get any more big wins. The only thing you could do between now and Selection Sunday is win games nobody cares about or lose games that damage your resume. There's nothing. You're walking through a field, and there are no buried treasures in the field for you to find. It's just landmines.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.